The vital second stage of India's nuclear program got a boost with the commencement of core loading at the country's first indigenous fast breeder reactor at Kalpakkam, Tamil Nadu. What is core loading? Core loading is the process of placing nuclear fuel assemblies inside the core of a nuclear reactor. After the completion of core loading, the reactor marks the first approach to criticality. Criticality. It is initiation of a self-sustaining nuclear fission reaction that will eventually lead to the generation of power by the 500 megawatt electric FBR. Reactor of a nuclear power plant is operating normally. It is said to be critical or in a state of criticality. Criticality means that a reactor is controlling a sustained fission chain reaction where each fission event releases a sufficient number of neutrons to maintain an ongoing series of reactions. This is the normal state of nuclear power generation, India's Fast Breeder Reactor program. Efforts to build an FBR were initiated 2 decades ago to develop comprehensive capabilities that span the entire nuclear fuel cycle from which electricity is produced in nuclear power reactors. In 2003, the Bharatiya Nabhikiya Vidyut Nigam was created to build and operate India's most advanced nuclear reactor, prototype Fast Breeder Reactor. The project was delayed due to technological challenges. Once commissioned, India will only be the second country after Russia to have a commercial operating FBR. China has a small program on fast breeders. In other countries such as Japan, France, and the United States, the fast breeder program was shut down due to safety concerns. Converting fertile isotopes into fissile material. Department of Atomic Energy's 3-stage program envisages to utilize India's abundant thorium reserves found on the beaches of Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra and Gujarat to generate electricity. Most important reserves of thorium occurs in placer deposits containing monazite. Placer deposit. It is a natural concentration of heavier minerals created by the action of gravity on moving particles. These concentrations are typically found along streams, rivers, beaches, and stretches of residual gravel where they are washed up. Besides thorium, from monazite ore, gold, platinum, titanium, uranium, and rare earth elements are commercially mined from placer deposits. India's vision of the 3-phase nuclear power program for energy security was envisaged by Dr. 𝐅𝐨𝐥𝐥𝐵, father of India's nuclear program, and Dr. Vikram Sarabhai. Dr. 𝐅𝐨𝐥𝐵 and Dr. Sarabhai acknowledged the need for developing FBRs, as these reactors generate more nuclear fuel than they consume due to the conversion of fertile isotopes into fissile material. The 3 stages involve the conversion of fertile material, which is not fissionable by thermal neutrons but can be converted into fissile material. U-238, dominant isotope of uranium, is a fertile material which can't make the reactor achieve criticality. It has to be converted to fissile material plutonium, Pu-239, in a nuclear reactor. Also, thorium is a fertile material that has to be converted to fissile material. India adopted closed fuel cycle approach. This approach involves the reprocessing of spent fuel to separate the useful U-239 and U-233 isotopes from U-238 and Th-232. FBR is an important milestone for getting to the 3rd stage, paving the way for the eventual full utilization of the country's thorium. 3 stages and FBR. 1st stage, organizing pressurized heavy water reactors, PHWR, and associated fuel cycle facilities. PHWR are reactors using natural uranium as fuel and heavy water, deuterium oxide, as coolant and moderator. The Nuclear Power Corporation of India Limited, NPCIL, operates 22 commercial nuclear power reactors. These reactors have an installed capacity of 6,780 MW. 2nd stage, setting up of FBR, along with the reprocessing plants and plutonium fabrication plants, primarily to expand the inventory of fissile material. expansion of fissile materials inventory is indispensable for establishing higher power base for using thorium in the third stage of the FBR program. Third stage, it will be based on the THU-233 cycle. The combination of power reactors from all the three stages is expected to ensure long-term energy security in the country. The large-scale commercial utilization of thorium can only begin if abundant supplies of U-233 or Pu-239 are available. FBR will initially use uranium-plutonium mixed oxide fuel. The U-238 blanket around the fuel core will undergo nuclear transmutation to produce more fuel. Thus, it is named as breeder. Nuclear transmutation. It involves the conversion of an isotope into another chemical element, changing the numbers of protons or neutrons in the nucleus of the atom. DAE clarified that despite the use of this advanced technology, both the capital cost and per unit electricity cost are comparable to nuclear and conventional power plants. Also, India-US civil nuclear deal has provided India the access to the uranium for its domestic reactors, thus increasing the pace of its nuclear program.